Hello everybody, Symbiotic Dust here today to do my own solo playthrough. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I've chosen something pretty short to do. I chose to do a Vergil's Downfall, I don't think side's the right word, but it's a sort of sequel DLC to the Devil May Cry reboot. And I chose this mainly for two reasons. One, because it's short as fuck, which is super handy because, as we know, I don't have a long attention span for games, especially recording games and actually properly posting them. And the second, and probably a little bigger reason, is that Vergil was announced for Devil May Cry 5, which I am more pumped than you could believe. So yeah, we're gonna get started here. I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna skip a lot of cutscenes because this isn't meant to be like a walkthrough or anything. This is just me playing through it so I can get used to commentating again. Because now that I'm doing YouTube more, let's see, I don't know what the proper word would be. Now that I'm doing YouTube more actively, I'm kind of wanting to, get a little more experience commentating. I can't let Zeven get all of the cool things to say. And this is actually relating to a series I'm probably going to start uploading after this one, just so I can have a little bit of my solo stuff. My solo stuff, as well as, Dawson Zeke, obviously, because that's kind of become the main part of my channel. So, I skipped that cutscene, but basically all that was showing was that Vergil can't use his Devil Trigger because he doesn't have his amulet. And I could go on and on about why that's such bullshit. I know how to... I shouldn't have turned on tutorials. Anyways, I could go on for so long about how that whole amulet thing is stupid as shit, but hey, I'm not a negative person, so I'm not gonna dwell on it, we're just gonna go with it. Although something weird is we actually get our Devil Trigger meter sooner than we get the Devil Trigger itself, because that's something I believe we only have for the last mission in the game. Like I said, pretty weird. I know how to evade game. I'm going to turn off tutorials for the next part, that is definite. Must do. Oh, yeah, one thing I always forget about is I'm used to, mainline Vergil, and that, like, when you press Nero, or I'm used to DMC4 Vergil, where when you press Nero's snatch button, Vergil will shoot a summon sword that will teleport into the enemy it hits. This I have to press L and then shoot a summon sword to do that. I think there was a thing I missed. There was a thing I missed. So, basically, as anyone who knows me knows, Devil May Cry, one of my favorite game series, Vergil, one of my favorite fictional characters. This is kinda, this is shittier Devil May Cry with shittier Vergil, so at least it's something I can play. But like I said, besides the fact I'm playing with pretty much Vergil, it's short, so that's a big plus for me. For some reason I thought I saw something there. Anyways, yeah, I've officially run out of things to say. I'm wonderful at this. This is why I'm practicing the commentating. So I don't actually know how the video quality is going to turn out. I haven't posted any of my PC game recording. Well, I haven't actually watched the recordings we've done of the main DMC Devil May Cry, because I don't know, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I usually watch the videos right before I upload them. So these guys, oh boy, oh well, I guess that guy's dead. Never mind. I was gonna say, those guys that one that just reappeared, very annoying to fight. Basically, you can only hit him when has a summon sword embedded in him, because the rest of the time, he's invisible. Super annoying to deal with. Ah, man. So, something you can't immediately tell because it's giving me Xbox button prompt. is I'm actually using a Nintendo GameCube styled controller. Motherfuck. And Nintendo GameCube controllers, fantastic controllers, but they are not meant for Devil May Cry. Let's see. Yeah. I just gotta get back in the swing of playing Vergil. They made Vergil pretty similar to, you know, his mainline counterpart. Well, actually, his most advanced mainline counterpart so far was based on this Vergil, but still. Like, he feels more faithful to how Vergil fights than Reboot Dante does, so at least there's that. And, you know, that works out for me, because I love how Vergil plays. He's my style, you know. Yeah, I definitely need to turn those off for future parts, because I know there are more tutorials later. And I know my gameplay right now is pretty limited. That's because I can hardly do anything with Vergil at the moment. I don't have access to most of his summon sword attacks. I don't have access to either of his alternate fighting styles, which are a huge, actually the bulk of his moveset, seeing as it's 2/3 literally of it. But, I'm doing the best I can, you know, just trying to use this, what he's got. It will get better once I get Angel and Devil mode, as well as, the ability to use spiral swords and shit like that. But for now, we're doing fine. If you can't tell, I've played this once or twice before by my gameplay. I'd like to think I'm doing pretty decent. I forgot I don't have any sort of roulette ability with Vergil. So yeah, I'm basically a huge Vergil fan, which I've stated multiple times now. So, like, the announcement that Vergil's gonna be officially playable in DMC 5 was absolute godlike for me. Because, like, there's something more satisfying, for me personally, there's just something more satisfying about Vergil than Dante. Don't get me wrong, I love both of them, but I feel like Vergil's a bit more fun to play as. Probably partially due to his simplicity when it comes to his moveset. Because, like, he doesn't have 4 different styles that completely alter how he plays, like his brother does. He just has himself. He has his Dark Slayer style, and that's all Vergil needs to kick ass. As you can see, I'm using the only 2 combos I have on the ground in my... Oh, fuck. I'm using my only 2 combos I have to do all I can to these guys. See, I had an S rank there. That would have been so badass if I wouldn't have fucked it up. But, as we know, I'm a little incapable at times. I totally meant to do Angel Dash instead of Helm Splitter, but you know what? Can't win them all. We're just gonna keep going, move on with our lives. Sounds like a winner to me. Where the fuck do I go now? Oh shit. I was just talking about how I looked like I knew what I was doing. Well. I do like that if you fuck up this part, it just teleports you back a little bit. But yeah, man, I was just starting to sound cool, because I was like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, I've done this before. And then fucking that happens. There we go. Alright, that's... Yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. And now, one last fight, and then the mission's over. This will be an extremely short playthrough, because I'm only doing 1 mission per video. Right now, out of laptop battery convenience, but later, because 1 mission per video usually will make the time. And if it's not enough, maybe, well, that's a firm maybe, if I do decide to do 2 missions in 1 video. Ah, dude, our first healing item. I guess we were, oh motherfucker, I guess we were kinda in need though. I do hate how when you do a Helm Splitter, which is normally supposed to open them up for more attacks, they just get fucking rocketed away. These guys are basically like, they don't obey your rules. They don't obey normal enemy rules, I should say. I feel like I'm doing surprisingly well. For as little, well, okay. So, Vergil's downfall's idea of difficult is just throwing these guys at you in bulk. Which, I mean, I guess it is difficult in its own way. I think in a later video, once I get more Vergil's moves, I'll talk more differences between this Vergil and mainline Vergil. Because there are some definite noticeable differences, especially if you're as much of a Vergil fan as I am. Not to, like, sound, I don't know, arrogant or anything, or like high and mighty, but I'm a pretty huge Vergil. Motherfucking die. Anyways, I'm a pretty big Vergil fan. So I'll be able to point out some differences. Sorry, my commentary is gonna be a little iffy at times. Because I have to, I don't know. Commentating while playing Devil May Cry for me is something that's not the easiest. Because generally it takes focus to play it effectively. So my commentary might be spotty here and there, but honestly, I think as long as y'all get the gist. And yes, I'm skipping cutscenes because I'm a pro gamer and I don't need them cutscenes. I guess the end part of my video, okay, didn't mean to do that. The end part of my video will just be me upgrading Vergil with what I can. So generally, oh, well, that's not it. Generally, I try to balance my upgrades, so since I use crosscut a lot, I do that. And then I'll level up Summon Sword so I do more damage, you know? And obviously I'll try to... I need to get Enemy Step, but that's a later issue. And then I also spend all of my red orbs on health. Or, yeah, on health crosses. I'm used to blue orbs, mainline series. Anyways, I think that'll do it for our first episode. A pretty short one, especially compared to what we're used to. But, you know, I think it's a great start. You know, I got some practice for my commentary. So I won't be as awkward as when I have to solo commentate. So yeah, I think that's a huge progress. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next part. See you then.